So many people who are transitioning into non-monogamy tell me that they get surprised when it feels actually really challenging to implement it because they're so emotionally invested, and it just makes so much sense to them logically that they're like, why is my body having such a strong response to this transition? But it actually makes so much sense. In fact, it would be really alarming, it would be strange if your body didn't have a physical response to transitioning literally from one paradigm to another, because your mental consciousness is one thing, but your body's consciousness is its own thing. And in the Western world, we're not really taught to develop these skills of integrating the two together. So the task at hand of really implementing non-monogamy into your lifestyle is helping your subconscious animal body catch up to your brain, basically communicating to your body that we are safe, because the subconscious animal body's primary job is to keep you safe and alive. And so, you're not consciously connected to when your subconscious body tells you there's a threat. It happens without your logic brain being involved. You get the adrenaline, the sweaty palms, like the symptoms of your body is being threatened. And so the animal body has its own survival mechanisms that it has built based on past experience, based on cues from the environment telling you what is safe and what is not. The way your survival mechanisms are programmed in your subconscious mind is to rely on past experiences to be able to predict the future. Will you be safe? So if you're doing something familiar, if you're doing something as a repetition, your body already has data that that's safe, and so your nervous system is relaxed. But if you're trying something completely new, if you're communicating differently, if you're really expressing your feelings and your needs and setting boundaries, maybe that feels confronting to your nervous system. Maybe you haven't felt safe doing that in the past. So anytime that you're exploring something different, if you're changing your patterns, your body is gonna have this subconscious alarms going off of danger, danger, we don't know what's coming up, we can't predict the future, and so let's be on high alert. Regulating your nervous system is so essential to implementing long-term sustainable change. If you want to change your patterns, you don't ignore your nervous system, you don't run away from it, you learn how to ground yourself in your body, how to build a support network of community to support you in this process, because you're not alone. Literally everybody that I talk to that transitions paradigms experiences insecurities and jealousy. So many people I talk to get imposter syndrome. They say, wow, I thought I was so gung-ho about non-monogamy, but now that I'm here, maybe it's not for me. I didn't realize it was going to be this challenging. But babe, that doesn't make you a failure. That doesn't mean it's not for you. I mean, maybe it's not for you. You don't know until you try. But just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's not for you. That is totally just part of the path. This is why, to me, the way that I relate to other people without hierarchies is actually a spiritual practice for me, because my insecurities do come to the surface, my jealousy does come to the surface, and for me, I heal my spirit when I'm able to lean into these emotions and ground into my body and reprogram my subconscious animal body to associate abundant love with safety, instead of having to cling to scarcity and associating that with safety just based on past data points, which is really rooted in systemic trauma that teaches us that we need to hoard in order to stay safe. This is why I facilitate an online community of non-monogamous folks who are learning how to feel secure in themselves without having to rely on hierarchies in their relationships. It's easy to feel alone in your experience if you feel shame about the emotions you're being confronted with. But baby, everybody gets confronted with these emotions, so it's why not confront them together in a loving community? We don't judge each other. We're just oh, there's the jealousy. Let's hold it together. Let's help you move through it, Because community is resilience. We go farther together. Join the Love and Liberation Network. I have a link in the description. We meet weekly on Zoom. I guide folks on how to develop secure attachment each month using a tool called the Stability Wheel, which you can also find a link to in the description. If non-monogamy, and specifically non-hierarchical relationships, is something that you want to invest in, it's gonna take time. It's a slow, gentle process. If you try to rush through it, it's not gonna be sustainable, my love. And one of the key points of sustainability is having that reliable community support, a safety net that you know will catch you when things inevitably get a little bumpy. I offer a ton of resources to help folks down this path because it's not an easy path, but it is so rewarding. I have blog posts, I have videos, I provide one-on-one relationship coaching to support you through whatever bumps you're confronting. Every month on the third Saturday of the month, I facilitate energy healings over Zoom to help you reprogram your subconscious animal body to catch up with your mental consciousness. You are not alone, you are not broken, and you totally got this.